First of all, I was a student of Anna in the early 80s, or mid-80s, and later became a filmmaker and so forth. And then it was, as I said, in the Joyce Theater when she performed, suddenly it was, headlines at the New York Times in the art section, and of course I went, Anna back on stage, it's unbelievable. And Anna then, we were really good friends, but we reconnected, and she invited me back to the Sea Ranch Collective to join, and I said I wasn't in such good shape anymore, but I enjoyed it, of course, to be naked on the beach and the whole thing. And it got me really back to where I started from, which was theater. Before I came as an actor to Anna because I wanted just to learn more. I heard it's good to have Anna Halprin on your resume, and I discovered incredible artist, and so that's all the long story. But the question was how I met her, or how I, and then actually after Sea Ranch, and I was so taken by realizing what she actually does, and I said, well, Anna, can I make a movie about you? And she was a little bit hesitant, and then she said, well, okay, yeah, hurry up, I'm 83. So then later, Anna was a little bit hesitant because other people were interested to do a similar project in France. And then in 2005, she did this Seniors Rocking. She saw on the rocking chairs and said, call me up, oh Ruedi, let's do this movie about this rocking chair, the seniors rocking, to empower the elderly, to break the stereotypes. And I give you exclusive rights to this. So I jumped on it, of course, and I learned something, because then I thought, okay, how can I capture, it's kind of workshop-ish, and it's always workshop footage, and you never can edit it because it's poorly shot. And I decided to do it a little bit fancy, with like a fancy camera and chip arm, and fly over the people, and I realized that's the way to go, to really sort of look at it through a magnifying glass. And it's so many little stories happening when you really look at it and to understand the work. And but the important part of Anna's concept of, well, Anna's idea to do Seniors Rocking was to speak about the legacy. What is the most important thing in life? Not the money or when you pull the plug, but the message from the heart. What do you want your friends or the grandchildren to know? And that legacy she wanted to weave into the performance and the film. So we did a lot of interviews, and then I went to Anna and I said, "Oh, I have a feeling this is about your legacy, and in a way, you should open your doors to make this movie about your life and your legacy." And she started to understand that, yeah, maybe. And then it was a funny story that it was this movie Rivers and Tides that she saw at that time, which about Andy Goldsworthy, and it's a great artist. And she said, but there's one scene in that movie that he's in the kitchen, just private with his son or something. That was the best scene. Oh, come up in my kitchen, film me in my kitchen. And that broke the ice in a way. And then we were, from then on, I filmed her with Larry and having lunch and the family. And then another part was very difficult to get the archival footage. That was very, very hard. And with the help of Lavana and his grandchild, finally she was asking and asking, and then Larry opened his archives. For 15 years, nobody could see that stuff. And so it was a long journey, with a long puzzling the whole thing together.